So let's start with question number 2, exercise 3.3. Using the divisibility test, determine which of the following numbers are divisible by 4 and 8. Okay. So for the let's take the first example. So part A, the number is 572. So in order to check the divisibility for 4, what we will do? We will take the last two digits. Okay. So last two digits forms 72, right? Okay. So now we will divide 72 by 4. Okay. We have already discussed this, right? Divisibility test. So 4 ones are 4. Remainder will be 3. And now the number is 32. Okay. So 4 sevens are 28 and 4 eights are 32. Right. So the remainder is 0. So therefore 72 is divisible by 4. Okay. So if 72 is divisible by 4, therefore this whole number 572 is also divisible by 4. Okay. So for divisibility of 4, yes, it is divisible by 4. Okay. Now let's check whether this number is divisible by 8 or not. For divisibility by 8, instead of taking the last two digits, we will take the last three digits, right? So last three digits form the number 572. Okay. So it 500 and let me do it here, 572. Now we will divide this number by 8. Okay. Now let's check whether 572 is divisible by 8 or not. Okay. So so 8 sevens are 56, right? One remainder. Now the number is 12. So it will be 8 ones are 8 and the remainder is 4. Okay. So as 572 is not divisible by 8, so therefore this whole number, which is 572 only, is not divisible by 8. Okay. Let's start with the second part now. Okay. Second part is 7,26,352. We need to check whether this number is divisible by 4 or not. So for divisibility of 4, we will take the last two digits, which is 52. Okay. So 52, we will divide it by 4, right? So it will be 4 ones are 4, 1, and this will be 12, 4 threes are 12. Okay. Remainder is 0. So the 52 is completely divisible by 4. Therefore, this whole number is also divisible by 4. Okay. In order to check the divisibility for it, we will take the last three digits, right? Last three digits will be 352. Now divide 352 by 8. Okay. So what it will be? 8 fours are 32. Right? Remainder is 3. Again we have 32. Okay. So 8 fours are 32 again. And the remainder is 0. Okay. So 352 is completely divisible by 8. Therefore this whole number is also completely divisible by 8. Okay. Easy. Third part. Double 5,500. Okay. So for divisibility by 4, we will take the last two digits. Okay. So it will be 0 divided by 4. It will be completely divisible. Right. 4 zeros are 0. Okay. So therefore this number is divisible by 4. Right. This way. Okay. For divisibility by 8, we will take the last three digits. So taking the last three digits, the number will become 500. So now we will do 500 divided by 8. Okay. Now tell me how are you going to divide this? 8 6 are 48. The remainder will be 2. So now the number will become 20. Okay. So it will be 8 2s are 16 and the remainder is 4. So we got the remainder 4, which means 500 is not divisible by 8. Okay. So if 500 is not divisible by 8, therefore the whole number, which is 5500, is also not divisible by 8. Right. So the D part is 6000. Okay. So in order to find the divisibility by 4, we will take the last two digits. So last two digits are 0, 0, which is 0 only, right? So 0 we know it's divisible by 4, okay? So if 0 is divisible by 4, therefore this whole number is divisible by 4, right? We don't need to do any division here, okay? So next is divisibility by 8. For divisibility by 8, we will take the last three digits. Now when we see the last three digits, these are 0, 0, 0. This is nothing but 0. Again, 8 zeros are 0, right? So 0 is divisible by 8. Therefore this whole number is also divisible by 8. Easy? Right. Let's move to next E part. 12,159. For divisibility by 8, let's take the last two digits, which is 59. Okay. So 59 divided by 4. Okay. 4 ones are 4. 1, 9. Okay. 4 fours are 16. Remainder will be 3. So 59 is not completely divisible by 4. Right. Therefore, this whole number is also not divisible by 4. Okay. Next, for divisibility by 8, we will take the last three digits. Last three digits are 159. 159 when divisible by 8, 8 ones are 8. Now remaining is 79. 8 nines are 72. Remaining is 7. Okay. So 159 is not divisible by 8. Therefore this whole number is also not divisible by 8. Okay. Let's move to next part. 14,560. Last two digits 60. Okay. And when we divide 60 by 4, we get 15. Right. 15 into 4 is what? 60. Or we can say 4 into 15 is 60. So if 60 is divisible by 4, therefore this whole number is divisible by 4. Okay. Now let's take the last three digits. It's 560. Now 560 divided by 8. Okay. So what it will be? 8 sevens are 56. Okay. 0. Then again a 0. Like this. Okay. So 560 is completely divisible by 8. Therefore this number 14,560 is divisible by 8. Okay. Next part, G part. 21,084. Last two digits 84. 84 divided by 4. It will be 4 twos are 8. 0. Then 4. 4 ones are 4. Remainder is 0. 84 is divisible by 4. Therefore 21,084 is divisible by 4. Next, let's take the last three digits. Last three digits will be 084, which is nothing but 84 only. Okay. So dividing it by 8, it will be 8 ones are 8, 0. So remaining is 4. 4 zeros are 0. We get 4 as remainder. 84 is not divisible by 8. Therefore 21,084 is not divisible by 8. Okay. So the H part, it is cut. So H part is 3 crore 17 lakhs 95,072, right? If we are not using the divisibility test, we may have to spend a lot of time doing divisibility for this long number, right? But you know, we are using the divisibility test here in order to understand whether the number is divisible by 4 and 8 or not. We can do it very easily, and you know that, right? Okay, so for divisibility by 2, we are taking the last two digits again. So it will be 72 and we will divide it by 4. 4 ones are 4. Now it will be 32. Okay, so it will be 4 eights are 32 and the remainder is 0. 72 is divisible by 4. Okay, therefore this whole number is divisible by 4. Good. Now the last three digits are 072, which is nothing but again 72. Okay, and divisible by 8. Okay. Now tell me, what is it? 8 nines are 72. Simple. And the remainder is 0. Right. So 72 is divisible by 8. Therefore, this big number 3 crore 17 lakhs 95,072 is divisible by 8. Okay, next 1700, last two digits 0. Okay, so 4 zeros are 0. We can directly say that it is 0 is divisible by 4, right? If 0 is divisible by 4, therefore this whole number is also divisible by 4. Okay, now let's take the last two digits. Now it is 700. Now let's divide 700 by 8. Okay, so it will be 8 8s are 64, remaining is 6, and we will take 0, 60. Okay, 8 7s are 56, remainder is 4. So 700 is not divisible by 8, therefore 1700 is not divisible by 8. Last part, J part, 2150, last two digits 50. So 50 divided by 4, it will be 4 ones are 4, 1 and 0, 4 twos are 8, remainder is 2. 50 is not divisible by 4, therefore 2150 is not divisible by 4. Okay, next last three digits, 150. For divisibility by 8, we will divide this by 8. Okay, so it will be 8 ones are 8, 7. Okay, and taking the 0, and next will be 8 8s are 64, and the remainder will again be 6. So 150 is not divisible by 8, therefore 2150 is not divisible by 8.